Alright guys, this is going to be my Hazbin Hotel episode 2 rewatch. Let's jump into it.
What is a donkey show?
Oh, yeah, nothing. My boss, Val, is just freaked out about the news, too.
Okay, I do not know what a donkey show is. If anybody can actually clarify that, I'd greatly appreciate it. Yes! The man himself! I remember when I was watching the pilot, this dude, Serpentius, the bestest characterist, was the one I was rooting for, basically. Like, I don't know, I just have a thing for these, like, classical, like, mustache twirling villains, you know? Like, it's tradition at this point. Okay, so, with these three V's, I'm actually don't recall. Are they actually like siblings? Are they like rivals or some shit? They're definitely partners in the most generous terms, but looking at it now, I'm guessing that whatever this guy is, I think they said his name was Val, right? I do recall.
When did we begin working on angelic security?
30 seconds ago. Try to get that bitch Carmilla on the books and cancel all my appointments today. I have a fire to put out upstairs.
No. Unacceptable. You're fired. What is this? Wrist ruffles? Is it 1750? Burn it like the witches who wore it.
You're busy.
You know, I'm not exactly sure what time period this is from. They said she was making a crack about it being 1750. Is this supposed to be like some like 2024? Are we supposed to take this as a contemporary time period? I'm not sure. Probably. Okay, so a little bit on. Let me pause this actually. A little bit on the three V's. Let's see, Vox, Valentino, and I think the girl's name was Velvet. Could be wrong, but anyway, a little bit on these three. Like, obviously, we know Valentino is an absolute piece of shit. Knowing the episode that comes right after this. Now, that's fine. He makes a great secondary antagonist. God, I'm fumbling my words. But the thing that I'm not entirely sure how I feel about is the inclusion of Vox and Velvet as like a trio, cause like I'm not sure what their purpose as antagonists are that the angels don't already do, you know? Cause like obviously the Hazbin Hotel characters are trying to oppose them for their own goals, obviously, but other than Valentino, I'm not sure why we need this whole like evil corporate conglomeration. I mean, if they're trying to like do the hallmark thing of like trying to take him out for financial purposes, that's one thing. I can actually see that. But having watched this show at least once already, I'm not entirely sure what they serve. Again, I like the characters enough, not opposed to people who enjoy their presence. It's just me trying to get a handle of it. Anyway, moving on.
Do you want people thinking you can't control your employees? No.
I just realized he's got a Wi-Fi signal on his hat. Okay, that's actually a nice touch.
The radio demon is there. What did you just say? You heard me.
Okay, so I kind of take back part of what I said before. So that's right. Vox has a stake in the conflict as well with his relationship with Alistair. Okay, that provides something to the overall plot, I suppose. Cool.
My new project's fallen to disrepair already.
What would the paper say?
Okay, so look, just something I noticed. Like obviously, Alistair's voice is being run through a filter that makes it sound like from the 1940s radio, with the noising and things like that. But occasionally, I've noticed that occasionally his voice comes out a little normal. I don't know if that's intentional when the filter comes out, if there's some kind of like character or story reason behind that. But when it does happen, it stands out a lot. So I'm banking on there being a reason for it.
Turn the TV
Okay, so this is probably our designated villain song, And again, I'm not an expert on music construction at all, so I'm just talking out of my ass, but I like what they're doing here, because like Vox has this kind of like auction salesman type of fast talking kind of way of speaking, right? Especially in moments like this, and they construct that into lyrics that can actually be sung, that's in character. It's original as far as like the melody goes. It's jazzy. So yeah, I would probably put this as fairly good as far as the Hazbin Hotel songs have been.
He asked me to join his team. I said no, and now he's busy. That's the team.
Okay, so I actually missed that particular lyric when I watched this the first time. So Vox asked he asked Alistair to join his crew of evil rich modern folks, the V's, and Alistair refused. And honestly, we don't know particularly why, if I recall. I'm guessing this is more just a narcissist type of thing where nobody can say no to Vox, that kind of personality. But I do think Alistair has a point, because he's like the outdated, nobody really uses him, but he's always there kind of technology, and no one really bothers with him, and that's in a way that's effervescent. Like that can never change. He's always gonna stay the same, and he's never gonna go away. Whereas Fox, being, I'm guessing, like the new media demon, like they were saying in the lyrics, his format is always changing, and he's always trying to fit with the perceptions of the consumers. In a way, he's kind of like a slave to the media itself, whereas Alistair, he doesn't give a fuck. He's doing his own thing, and he can't afford to. So now that I think about it, they have a very interesting dynamic. Wow. Wait, the fucker has antlers? I forgot about that. I know that like goats and other animals of that elk have a lot of religious connotations, especially regarding hells and demon spawn. I wonder if they're alluding to that with Alistair.
Why, hello.
It's my boy!
And who deserves one more than this? Slippery. Special little man. Aren't you supposed to be...
That sounded kind of racist, Charlie.
This is the bar and the bartender. This is the curtain.
Hold up.
and this-
Hold up. Let me go back just a little bit. Okay. I just realized that the bar has the word concierge over it. They're the exact same occupation in this building. Okay, that's actually pretty funny.
What she means is it's just nice to have someone interested for once.
Charlie, girl. Look, I'm not a hotel manager by any means, but like I'm pretty sure Like, talking down to what was once your only guest ever is not how you run a business, okay? Like, come on now.
Why don't you give it a try?
Yes,
You know, I'm wondering, like, because this is supposed to be a hotel, and hotels by definition don't typically provide, like, trust building tasks, like reformation services. It's not usually meant for rehabilitation as they're trying to do. Like, it makes me wonder, why didn't they just open a rehabilitation center in the first place instead of making a hotel and just pretending to do, just pretending to be a hotel, you know? Well, I mean, it is a hotel, but like, you guys know what I'm talking about.
Come on, kid. It'll make you cool like me. The crackhead.
the only
The crackhead. Okay, so I'm actually gonna fucking analyze that shit. Knowing that it's Charlie who wrote that, it actually says a lot about her character right there. Cause like, we know that her whole thing is that she wants to help sinners, she wants to redeem them, help them make it to heaven, and yada yada yada. But when you look at the script that she made, she's kind of super judgmental, you know, in sort of that like person uh who's like has super like liberal values, but it deep down has prejudices they have yet to overcome and all that. You know, it's like she's viewing things like on the outside and putting these people into very general and restrictive roles, like the crackhead and like the kid with the lollipop, you know, just super like contrasting uh oppositional forces, you know. Like there's not much of nuance in going on in Charlie's head, I can tell when she's doing this. And I think that's one thing that this show uh particularly in the next seasons going forward could really amp up as far as Charlie's development goes.
Angel, baby, come home. It's not the same without you here. I miss you. Come back.
Oh my fucking god.
If you don't come home, you will be fucking greasy truckers for the next year.
You know what's you know what's horrible? This is exactly what like abusers do, bro. Like they like sweet talk you, they gaslight you into thinking that everything is okay, that like everything is all the hatred is on their head and all that stuff. And then when they realize they're starting to lose control, they 180 that shit and just like threaten the fuck out of you for leaving, you know? They make it so that you feel like you can't fucking leave. And like honestly, that's absolutely terrifying, especially what's coming in episode 4.
Get your aggressively average body off of me!
Aggressively average body. You know, we don't see a lot of that with Serpentius, his hypnotic powers, you know? I feel like that's something that I would have liked to see a little bit more of, you know, as far as the character's abilities go.
One simple sorry.
Okay, if I remember correctly, this is actually one of my favorite songs, and it's not because I'm a Pentious slut. Like, it's genuinely uplifting, you know?
But who hasn't been in his shoes?
He doesn't have feet.
Sorry. I hated that song.
Fuck off, Nifty. You see? Like, when he was laughing, he didn't have the radio filter on. Like, I swear to God, that's important, you know? Like, it must be indicative of some shit. Holy crap. Anyway, yeah. Really like this episode. Honestly, I think the best part, was knowing that they actually, like, went through a lot with Serpentius with the whole redemption in only just one episode. And it actually didn't feel like they were rushing it, you know? Like, I thought it was reasonably paced. That's not an easy task to do, so I gotta give the show kudos for that. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode.